Hello everybody, it's Jen again. I'm about to head home from Food City. I just shot the intro for that and I'll show you all groceries and that's a whole nother video. I thought I would try to ramble at y'all on the way home because I got energy for once. What is going on? I got like 4 or 5 topics swimming in my head, so I figure let me start this old car up and we'll get down the road. I actually gotta get out of the parking lot first, and we'll get down the road and we'll see which topic jumps out at me. Why not? Y'all know I don't plan out anything. Let me get to it, and I will be back with y'all when I'm out on the main road. Well, I'm on the road. Hopefully y'all can see me because I sure can't see you. I'm ready to get turned around going the other way. This sun here in the evenings at this time ain't no joke. I'm telling you what, and I don't think we got the daylight savings going on till November when I look. But anyway, so I think what I'm going to talk at y'all about, because I got all kinds of topics swimming in my head, like going off about, I get real ticked off when people say eating healthier ain't more expensive, because, you know, they ain't never been on a poor budget. And then I get real frustrated when people really bash their quote-unquote before selves. And then I get really frustrated when people say when they're, you know, doing their weight loss journeys or whatever, that ever since the moment they lost that first pound, it was all butterflies and rainbows and they felt amazing all along the way. All those stuff. I don't think I'm going to talk about those today though, but you'll probably hear about them at one point. And if you haven't been with me before, I'm Jen. I've lost over 125 pounds so far since January 2021. I hate calling it a weight loss journey because honestly, I've been morbidly obese for over 30 years of my almost 37 on this earth. Probably more than 35 of those. Oh, morbidly obese is my default, and I've tried about every diet, everything that was in the budget that you can. Emphasis on I'm on a budget. You know, I don't have much money to really work with. I live out in the middle of Nowheresville. We don't even have a grocery store in my city. I work a regular old job. Yeah, and I've just lost the weight the good old-fashioned way and just slowly teaching myself about nutrition and doing, you know, up until recently, just short, gentle walks as the activity. And I didn't even do that often. That's just been a habit I've been able to instill not too long ago, and just really doing a lot of inner work, because when you're on a budget you need cheap labor, and I'm about the cheapest I can get, so but that's a whole nother story, whole nother day, and just learning about things. And yeah, I probably have about 30 pounds left to go. I have no earthly idea. I'm gonna be honest with you, this is whole new territory for me. I got no idea, and I like to do these little health rambles to just offer some perspective / encouragement, reminders to myself about things, because a big part of it is living in reality, reevaluating things with yourself, and just because let me tell you, my brain, how I was able to stay morbidly obese for that long, oh, my brain and that inner voice, man, she's good. Like, she'll hide stuff from you. She'll, you know, twist things around. She'll get you all up in your head, anxious, all kinds of bull crap. I mean, she is a master at it, okay? And I got to put her in check sometimes. And it's weird saying about it in the third person because it's me. That's a whole nother reality. You got to realize there's not some disembodied being that is causing you to eat more and do all this stuff. It's you. But that's a whole nother story, whole nother day, and that is a hard, horrible lesson to learn. It's you. Even though you got everything in your brain hiding the fact that it's you, or even that it's really happening. So when people tell you that this, that, and the other's going on, you're like, what? Nah. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic for another day too, talking about things I have realized now being different than I apologize for the signal, y'all, but I'm right by a police station, and I'm going to be a good little citizen, okay? And we're going to use all the signals. We're going to do everything. But, what was I saying? Oh, things that I don't even notice until now, and it's little things. I think maybe people that have been normal weight beforehand might notice, but when you, like, when everything's your default, you don't understand that. I don't know how to describe it. Just a little example. It's not what this is video about. I'll probably make a whole nother video about it, but like, you know, doing my walks. Number one, my legs don't rub together. I've never had that. Number two, sorry, I was looking to see if they were still having the farmer's market today. I didn't see a sign, so I didn't go. Number two, and how to describe this. When I'm walking, like, okay, you're putting your left foot, right foot, okay? So my left foot's out, and then, you know, you kind of lift off your right foot to move it forward. Like, it's much more seamless. Like, it's become a lot easier, not just to step with the left foot, but then the force on the right foot as you're stepping with the left foot to move the right foot forward. I don't know how to describe it. It sounds crazy. And it's just happened in the last week or two. But I don't know. It's just weird to describe. I've never had that in my body. It's very bizarre. Like, and then to step with your right foot, and then it's like your left foot starts moving, and it's just, it's like it's working better. I don't know how to describe it. It's very bizarre. My body's never felt like that. It's just, I don't know. I need to look up words. But just stepping like that, or going up inclines and things like that, before, you know, maybe that's what it is. I don't have to get as much momentum to move, I guess. Because, I mean, you really gotta put that effort in going up inclines and stuff. And now I go up inclines and things, and it's almost like I'm walking on flat ground. It's really bizarre, and it feels different. And it's only been something here very recently. Or, like I noticed earlier, when you get up out of a chair, and when I was at my biggest, I never realized you had to get some momentum behind you, you know? Like, sometimes you had to lean back a little bit and then go forward and push up on your hands and then get up. I mean, I just get up now. It's very weird. It's very weird. Although there's some mornings when I'm still dragging, I'm like, oh, I gotta get up. But, you know. But, little things like that are bizarre. Or, well, let's just make this video about this, I guess. I don't know. Let's just talk random. See, I start wanting to talk about one thing, and it just goes off on something else. But here's the thing I noticed. When I have to put deodorant on, yeah, we're going there. We're going in the pits, y'all. When I put deodorant on, now my upper arms are still pretty large, because that is one place where I carry a lot of weight. Let's just do a tangent right there. I'm apple-shaped. 5'11". I did get down like 5'9" and a half. I think it was just the weight on me, and my legs are so crooked from being under all that weight, severely knock-kneed. And as I've lost weight, my legs are slowly straightening out, which is another what. I think that's probably improving my walking a lot and my knee pain and stuff. But whole nother story, whole nother day. So I'm 5'11". I'm hoping to get back up to my 6'1" that I was when I was a teenager. Yeah, buddy. But I'm apple-shaped. So that means I carry the majority of my weight in my gut, in my upper arms, and in my chin. I don't know if that has to do with apple shape, but that's where I carry my weight. I have a lot of back rolls too, and I'm noticing I got quite the caboose going on, but it's not a nice pear-shaped caboose where you got these like nice rounded hips going on. Nah, I look like, you know, like, just like straight from the front, and then I turn around and it's like, bam. It's bizarre. Because everything else is going down, but it's not going down very much. It needs to go down. But, so I still carry it, you know, right now I still have a good pronounced gut, I think, and I'm prone to bloating, and I've found that if you've been really big, or some people that have been pregnant, and you know, their stomach gets very large during pregnancy, you actually, when you bloat, your stomach goes out a lot more because there's more separation in your ribs. Mine was not because of carrying a child. Mine was obesity prolonged and everything. But my arms are still pretty large. I still have a lot of weight on there and everything. I think I have lost, though, about 6 or 7 inches off each arm, which is like wild. I can fit in a regular blood pressure cuff now. That's a whole story. There's another thing that has worked out for me. When I first got on this, they had to take my blood pressure on my forearm, and even when I bought the large, extra large, fits everybody cuff for the super obese, blah, 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 back in January when I found I had high blood pressure, I could not get the blood pressure cuff on me. And when I could finagle it, you want to talk about painful, or it would start, you know, inflating up and it would just pop off, and oh my gosh, my arm was constantly bruised. But that's a whole nother story on another day. Anyway, I told y'all I'd tell y'all this. So, deodorant in the pits. Okay. It's very bizarre how, like, much easier it is to put deodorant on. Okay? We're telling the real stuff here. Because, again, I got big old arms. Number one, I didn't realize how heavy my arms were. Dear God in heaven, that was the first thing I noticed. Improvement after I didn't start noticing a lot of improvements till I was down about at least 90 pounds or so. But that was the one that stuck out to me because my arms are a lot lighter. And those of y'all that have never been really big, let me tell you, you're the big people in your life. Whether it's their legs are real big, or they're carrying a lot around their middle, or maybe they are very large chested or very big in the arms, they have to put a lot of effort into just moving. Okay, so let's get that right there. And I did not realize just how much my arms were something that just blew my ever-loving mind. So anyway, deodorant in the pits. So where I have such a big upper arm bingo wing, I don't know what you want to call it. What are these people doing? Sorry, I try not to talk about traffic in these. They're going slow as Christmas, and then it splits off to where you can pass the people going slow as Christmas, and then they're gunning it, but they're weaving all over the lane. So I don't know. I don't even know if I want to try to pass them, to be honest. Ooh, they're going to pass this other vehicle. I'm going to put a car between us. That's what we're going to do. But anyway, deodorant in the pits. So I go to put deodorant on, and I don't have the fat roll of my arm to lift up to do that. Number one, the arm that is holding the deodorant stick is much lighter. Okay, so it takes a lot less effort to raise my old arm up. And, you know, I'm raising the arm with the pit to be prepared, and I got the arm up with the deodorant stick, so we got double effort going on here. And when my arms were very big, I did not realize how much effort that took. And then my upper arm's so big, when I raise it up, there's like a fat roll over my pit. Okay, y'all get the visual. Is this descriptive enough? Is this TMI enough? And now I just raise my arm up, and there it is. And it's just like swap, swap, done. And I was realizing it this morning. I was like, holy crap. Holy crap. Not only is like grooming easier, but deodorant, I mean, it's so bizarre. And even if my arms don't get any smaller than, because I have no idea as I lose weight, it seems like it's just been in the last 10 pounds or so, my arms have really started to downsize some. That's bizarre. See, these are the things people don't talk about, okay? They probably shouldn't. I just find that so weird. And it's weird too, because mentally I still think I'm like the same size and I'm as big as I was. Like, it's such a mind trip. Like, when you're trying to scooch in between things, I'll look at things and I'm like, there's no way I can fit through there. And I go ahead, you do that thing where you suck in the stomach, you tuck in the butt, you raise your arms up, grab elbow to elbow. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And to get through something, I fit through stuff and there's room left. And I'm like, what? How? Or I do that thing, I still do it. And maybe y'all can relate, those y'all that are bigger or have been bigger for a long period of time. I still do the thing where I try to make myself as small as possible when I go to sit, like in a row somewhere where you're having to be beside people, like a movie theater seat or a pew or a bench or something like that, where, your person is right next to their person, okay? And I'm used to being really big to where 9 times out of 10, my person's going to be spilling over into their person, okay? So I used to do the thing where you sit, and then you cross your ankles so you can kind of get your legs as narrow as possible, like the top of them. Can't do anything for like your hips, how far they go out. And then, you cross your arms real good, or sometimes you can make it look like you're holding your purse. You can put your purse in your lap and act like you're holding your lap instead of trying to make your arm fat as narrow as possible. And then, if you were like me and had a big gut, you would kind of sneak and take each hand, because you're trying to make your arms go in, your elbows and stuff as much as possible. So then you take each hand and you grab onto them love handles, and you grab onto them so your belly's not spilling over into somebody. Is it just me? Do y'all do this? I mean, it was a whole maneuver. And I still find myself doing this. And with there being plenty of room in the seat, which number one, it's just bizarre for there to be plenty of room in seats. It's bizarre. So this is a weird video. But I don't know. And I'm going to say too, just to throw this in here, because I kind of mentioned a little bit at the beginning, because I see people like asking genuine questions of people that have lost more than 100 pounds. And a lot of the response are, I felt great the whole time. I noticed differences right away. And maybe it's different if you were not fat your whole life. I don't know. I honestly didn't feel a really big difference until I was close to 100 pounds down, and I haven't even until the last probably 10 or 20 pounds really started getting that, energy everybody talks about, and that, which it's been, and I think a lot of that's had to do with me just switching my diet to less and less processed. But yeah, if you're not, the journey, I've got to find a better word than journey, because I just feel like it's so Pinteresty, and like, let's put some inspirational music behind it, be like, my journey. It's really, you gotta let that stuff go. It's really just repetition and consistency and showing up for yourself every day. It's not all this other stuff. That's a whole nother video too, for a whole nother day. But it's worth doing, and you shouldn't feel like you're not doing it right if you don't feel just absolutely amazing. You see weight coming off, or you switched your food around and you don't instantly feel better. Because if you're like me, and it's probably had something to do with me being older, I guess a lot of people that answer these questions, because I think, and bless you if you do, a lot of people have lost weight a lot younger. And if you are watching this and you are younger than me, get on it. You may be getting away with it now. It will catch up to you. That's a whole video I need to talk about too. Lasting health effects I will have, who knows, maybe forever, from putting my body through morbid obesity for as long as I did. Because you don't just lose the weight and things just magically disappear. All your vein issues are there, your nerve issues are there. You don't realize just how much you've put on that body. So, but we getting there. It's better than keeping putting it on that, But what was I talking about? I'm so fried. Oh, do not feel like you need to just quit, or it's not worth doing at whatever level and ability you're able to do it. just because you don't instantly feel magical and your life just instantly becomes better and all this stuff. Because I feel like people, that's the whole health and fitness industry talking, trying to get you to spend money, to be honest. But in my opinion, allegedly, supposedly, you sorry, I have to concentrate on parking. I don't want to hurt my vehicle. That is not in the budget. But it's not like instant feel magical all the time. Or maybe some people do. Maybe I just got the short end of that stick. I don't know. But I feel so much better now, but it took time, and it's taken time for my body to heal from things, and it's not instant. It's sometimes little steps, and maybe you don't feel them till they start adding up and everything. But I have got to go, y'all. I know this has been a random video and me talking about deodorants in the pits. If you like these type of random videos, let me know. But I'm going to catch my father. He actually just walked out the door, and I'm going to get him to carry some groceries in. Heck, far, yeah. I will see y'all soon with something else. Bye, y'all.